our bullet point. Government officials, youth experts and sports professionals have gathered in Yaoundé for a high-level exchange centered on youth inclusion and empowerment with particular attention to advancing prospects for girls and women. The discussions focus on particular pathways to strengthen skills, leadership and access to global opportunities for young people across Cameroon as Cameroon marks National Francophonie Week. A wave of civic action swept through Motengene in the southwest region as local women staged a public demonstration to denounce the alarming spread of substance abuse and illegal trade in their community. The mobilization reflects a growing fears over its impact on public safety, the well-being of young people, and the overall stability of the area. These stories and more will be yours in a minute. Thanks once more for joining us. We begin the news at the National Assembly, where it's no longer news that the National Assembly now has a new speaker, and with it comes a wave of hope and expectation for the country's legislative body. Honorable Dato Theodore, a seasoned political and business leader, was elected the new speaker on March 17, 2026, garnering 133 votes against 40 new ballots. He succeeds Kavayege Jibril, who held the position since 1992. Bertrand Tita presents the new speaker in the following report. A graduate from the National Advanced School of Administration and Magistracy (ENAM) and appointed senator in May 2013, His Majesty Aboubakary Abdullahi is a level-headed professional whose career spans over 4 decades. From the head of the Files and Archives Department at the Presidential Mail Directorate, research officer at the Directorate of Legislative and Regulatory Affairs under the Prime Minister attached to the Civil Cabinet of the Presidency of the Republic. He has been Secretary of State for Agriculture, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Mission for the Development and Equipment of Urban and Rural Territories (MAITU), Chair of the FAO World Food Programme Intervention Management Committee, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the International Institute for Water and Environmental Engineering (2IE) in Ouagadougou. Prior to his election on Tuesday, March 17, the former senior civil administrator and politician has been the alternate to the President of the Senate, Marcel Nyat-Jifenji, when the latter is unable to perform his duties. His Majesty Aboubakary Abdullahi is the head of the Permanent Regional Delegation of the Central Committee of the CPDM in the North Region. Born on December 21, 1961, he is one of the sons of the Lamido, Sultan of Rebuba, a Fulani ruler who reigns over an area of 36 kilometers square in the North Region of Cameroon. He inherited the throne in 2006 upon the death of his father and is considered one of the most powerful sultans in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we are sorry for that mix-up. That was instead a report from the Senate by Promise Akante, where the Cameroon's Senate now has a new president following elections on Tuesday, March 17, 2026. The Lamido of Ray Buba takes over from Marcel Nyat-Jifenji, who has been at the helm of the House of the Wise since its creation in 2013. Let's now take you back to the National Assembly to talk about the new speaker, Honorable Dato Theodore. He is presented in the
Honorable Dato Theodore, a seasoned politician and business leader, was elected as the new Speaker of the National Assembly on Tuesday, March 17, 2026, garnering 133 votes against 14 null ballots. He succeeds Right Honorable Kavayege Jibril, who held the position for 34 years since 1992. Honorable Dato Theodore's election marks a significant milestone in his illustrious career, which spans over 2 decades of public service. A committed member of the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the CPDM, he has steadily risen through the ranks, serving as an alternate member of parliament Secretary of the Defense and Security Committee and Vice President of the National Assembly. As a business executive with a background in economics and business management, Honorable Datu Theodore brings a wealth of experience to the table. His professional career has taken him to various sectors including timber processing, transport logistics and infrastructure development. He has also served on the boards of several financial institutions and companies, demonstrating his expertise in project management and strategic planning. Honorable Datu Theodore's leadership journey began early as a Boy Scout and later as president of the Bangu Students' Union. He has been a champion of youth empowerment, promoting sports development and community engagement. His commitment to public service has earned him several national honors, including the Grand Officer of the Order of Valor. As Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Datu Theodore faces significant challenges, including ensuring the effective representation of the Cameroonian people and promoting legislative reforms. His experience in project management and oversight, particularly in overseeing the construction of the new National Assembly building, will undoubtedly serve him well. In his new chapter, Honorable Datu Theodore has the opportunity to leave his mark on Cameroon's legislative history. His leadership will be crucial in shaping the country's future and promoting the interests of its citizens. We wish him well in his new role and look forward to his contributions to the National Assembly.
We now talk something else where the Ministry of State Property Surveys and Land Tenure has partnered with the German International Corporation GIZ on a landmark land reform project to combat corruption and secure land rights for rural populations. Central to this initiative is the creation of an attestation certificate that will serve as official proof of land use and possessions. Details in the following report by Madoshe Kwiate and Melanimbo.
The Ministry of State Property, Survey and Land Tenure has announced a groundbreaking project with the German corporation to develop a comprehensive land policy in Cameroon. This initiative, aligned with the United Nations directives, aims to improve access to land for rural populations and promote sustainable development. The project, supported by bilateral cooperation partners, seeks to enhance agricultural productivity, sustainable land use and poverty reduction.
This project, which has been implemented in cooperation between the Ministry of MINCAF and the German corporation, has one main objective: improve access to land for rural population, because secured access improves and has a positive impact on rural development, agricultural productivity, the sustainable use of land, and the fight against poverty and hunger.
MINCAF have made significant progress collaborating with traditional authorities, social societies and local communities to develop innovative solutions.
You consider women and young men. If globally all the investors who need land, you are working to assure securitized land, working for the new legislation that will come very, very soon, maybe at the end of this year. But globally, I feel very stimulated by the fact that the German corporation had helped us to take benefit of what they have done with us on the field and to help to finalize the draft of the documents that are awaited, the new bill on land for land reform and the new document for land policy in.
The project is expected to have a positive impact on rural development, agricultural productivity and the fight against poverty.
This is in this domain, to fight against corruption in this domain, to facilitate the access, to finalize, to facilitate the access for those who could not deliver, who could not be able to reach and to pay more money, how to facilitate access to all the categories of the population. I see the opportunity to announce that I've signed a document will help to solve one of the major points.
A key achievement is the creation of the attestation, a certificate proving use and possessions for rural population. These documents will facilitate access to land, reduce corruption, and benefit various categories of people.
In this project, the German Development Corporation had a very open and fruitful collaboration, first and foremost, with the Ministry of MINCAF, with MINEPAD, and all involved partners like traditional authorities, social society, and our mayors in the communes we worked. I think this cooperation has been a huge success, and I think the most important result has been the development and formalization of a document called attestation. With this document, it's a certificate, a document which proves use and possession for the rural population.
The Ministry of State Property, Survey and Land Tenure looks forward to finalizing the documents and implementing this vision for Cameroon's development. With the support of the German Corporation and other partners, this landmark project marks a significant step towards improving land governance and promoting sustainable development in Cameroon.
And on to one of our lead stories, Cameroon is marking a National Francophonie Week with a high-level debate conference in Yaoundé, highlighting 50 years of partnership with the international organization La Francophonie. The event aims to connect young Cameroonians with international opportunities, focusing on training, education, and socio-economic integration. We have Melanie Bo once more and Madoshe Kwiati.
Cameroon's Ministry of Youth and Civic Education kicked off the National Francophonie Week celebrations with a high-level conference debate aimed at connecting young citizens with international opportunities. The conference brought together government officials, youth experts, and institutional leaders to educate attendees on the vast resources available through the French-speaking world. Discussions at the event focus on tangible pathways for development, including access to international training programs, higher education scholarships, and frameworks for socio-economic integration. The presence of sport experts also highlighted opportunities in athletics and youth leadership through Francophonie channels. Reinforcing the message on a national level, the Minister of Youth and Civic Education outlined the domestic support system.
For this reason, as you've seen, we've invited heads of institutions to participate in this conference. We have youth experts who will educate young people on opportunities offered by this organization regarding socioeconomic integration. We also have sports experts who will educate young people on these opportunities, including training, sports training, and socioeconomic integration.
To complement these international prospects, the minister detailed several government initiatives, including specific budget allocations for the Youth Development Project and initiatives programs created to offer comprehensive solutions for youth empowerment. These services aims to provide a foundational layer of support, helping young people prepare to take full advantage of opportunities abroad. Officials stressed that the conference is a direct implementation of the Head of State's broader vision for empowering the nation's youth and women.
The idea of this conference is to educate young people and women on the opportunities offered by this international organization in collaboration with Cameroon. These opportunities are numerous. In line with the Head of State's mandates on young people and women, we aim to educate them on the offers in training, education, and socio-economic integration of young people offered by La Francophonie in collaboration with Cameroon.
Ce sur quoi, n'est-ce pas, va porter la conférence qui va débuter tout à l'heure.
By fostering collaboration and demystifying the resources of La Francophonie, the government aims to equip the next generation with the tools needed for success.
Let's now take you over to the southwest region of the country, where women in Mutengene took to the streets to protest against the growing consumption and trafficking of illicit drugs in their community. Armed with placards and slogans, they expressed concerns over the rapid increase in drug-related activities, which, according to them, contributes to insecurity, youth delinquency, and social breakdown. Bertrand Tita has an in-depth in the full report.
Mutengene is gradually turning into a Mexican city, they warn, referring to the organized and dangerous drug networks allegedly operating in the region. The protesters demand that administrative authorities and security forces take urgent action to curb drug distribution and protect the community.
So we come okay, you say, this trouble you don't pass. Would it beg? Say me una help we. More we begin for this trouble where they call and say drug. Una catch any man with drug, una not live. Now I cry that. Yes.
They also called on the government to hold accountable those importing drugs and to restore peace in their community after years of turmoil and insecurity that have made life unbearable.
You know, easy. I know that may all the nonsense stop, drugs stop, all this stop.
This protest comes at a time when Cameroonian women are playing an increasing important role in promoting peace and security. According to a report by the International Crisis Group, women have been key actors in resolving the Anglophone crisis in Cameroon despite the challenges and threats they have faced. The women of Mutengene are not alone in their fight against drugs. Many civil society organizations and local communities are also working to combat these scourge. However, they are calling for increased support from authorities and the international community to put an end to the problem. Drugs have devastating consequences on the Mutengene community. They contribute to increased crime, social breakdown, and loss of values. Young people are particularly affected as they are often targeted by drug traffickers.
Stop drugs for our community. We don't want them to die. They get busy. They sleep for air. They sleep. They go because of the drugs. They go shoot person killer. So why make drugs stop? Stop drugs for we. They help we stop with drugs inside Mutengene.
The women of Mutengene are calling on authorities to take urgent action to curb drug distribution and protect the community. They also demand that drug importers be held accountable for their actions. The Cameroon government has already taken steps to combat drugs, but it is clear that more needs to be done. The women of Mutengene hope that their protests will be heard and that concrete actions will be taken to put an end to this scourge.
And it is with that updates from the southwest region of the country, ladies and gentlemen, that we set the curtains to this edition of our 6 p.m. news over Camdis Television. Up next is Selak 2, a presentation of Tabby Clarkson. Good evening.